Hey everyone, Melanie Allen, Emerald Ambassador, and I am so excited to have Kim Tharp on tonight. She is going to be doing our training on power partners and the importance of them in our plexus business. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Kim so she can get started.
All right, Melanie, I like that sound of when you said Emerald Ambassador. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. All right, for those of you that don't know me, I'm an Emerald Ambassador, and I am under Melissa too, so sideline to Laura, so I'm also a level 1 of Melissa. So I just want to share with you guys about Power Partners. I think it's really important to have one, and so I'm going to talk about them and how you could use them and all that. All right, so my first little quote here is, if you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, go with others. I think we pretty much all know that. And if you're on this call, you obviously are a team player just because you're here. Leaders do not succeed alone. So here's a question to ask when choosing a power partner. Number 1, do they push you to be better? They're always positive and not negative Nancy. You know, I worked at a job once where I was a teacher, and my partner that I taught with was always negative about the school and negative about some of the students and some of the staff, and it really brought me down. It started making me think of all the negative things of the school as well. And so you obviously don't want a power partner that's always complaining, always whining. And I mean, obviously you don't want to be around those kind of people anyway, because you want to be around people that are going to be positive and inspire you to do better and push you to do better. Whenever my power partner is Jamie Holbert, she's my level 1 Emerald. And when I signed her as an ambassador under me, I clearly just wanted to get my products for free. That's all I wanted. Little did I know what would happen, but Jamie hit silver before me. I only had 2 under me, and she had 3, and she hit silver. And when she did, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I ought to work. So she was pushing me from the beginning before we even knew anything about where we were going with this business. So you've got to have someone that's going to push you a little bit, and then whenever they need to be pushed, you're going to be the one pushing them. So the second one is, do they have influence over others? You don't want to pick the one that is not necessarily outgoing. Now, with that being said, my sister-in-law was very, I'm not going to say shy, but when I met her back in high school before she married my brother, we were friends, and she was just real quiet. It was hard to get anything out of her. And if you would have told me she would now be an almost Ruby ambassador leading things, I wouldn't have believed it. So don't discount these quiet people, because quiet people have a lot going on and in their heads, and we just need to kind of sometimes pull it out of them. So quiet or shy doesn't necessarily mean they don't have influence over other people. So don't discount quiet and shy people. But influence over people, where my brother, for example, when he was, 5, 6, he would sit at the end of our driveway with rocks and sell them. People would stop and buy his rocks. So that kind of influence. The third one would be, do they bring a complementary gift to the table? I know Jamie is very smart with math. Now, I taught math, but up to like a 4th grade level. She taught the high school math. So she'll come back with these equations of how the points should work out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that, but okay. So she'll bring that to the table. Whereas I am older than her, so I kind of feel like sometimes I'll bring a different perspective just from being a little bit older, being around the block a few more years than she is, that I'll say, well, maybe they didn't mean it that way. And so we bounce ideas off of each other. So bringing different gifts to the table. Obviously, you married your spouse, and typically you have maybe one that's a saver and one that's a spender, or one that loves to go traveling and one that maybe likes to stay home. Opposites attract type of thing. So you really want someone that has different gifts, different talents than you, so you can pull them together and make a good team. So next would be, do they add value to you and to others? Obviously, you want people that add value to you. You want people that add value to others, that encourage and lift you up. Do they display maturity, excellence, and good character? Obviously, the only thing we have right in this world is our character and who we are in Christ, but how we treat other people. So picking somebody obviously with maturity and has a good character and you can trust, obviously you're not going to follow a leader or follow someone that you can't trust. And of course, last, are they passionate about plexus? Obviously, you're not going to make it to a jewel status without being passionate about plexus. Anyone that is anywhere that's ranking up in plexus is passionate about it. I mean, you're not going to hear a jewel saying, well, I don't really like this stuff, but I'm selling it, right? I mean, we are all passionate about plexus. So that should be a no-brainer. All right. So next is, you can have great friends in your plexus business, but they may not make the best power partner for you. So you really, I would say, pray about it unless you already have one. I know that when Emily joined with Melanie, they kind of power partnered up. And so it's odd that you're going to have great friends in this business. My sister-in-law is in this business, but we're not power partners together. Now, she has a power partner on her team, and we all three talk quite a bit. But it's just different. You can have good friends, but not necessarily be, quote, power partners, if that makes sense. And you can technically have more than one, but I would say probably one that you're really going to be bouncing ideas off of. Second, prayer and petition should go before you. Your power partner may not even be on your team yet. This may be somebody that hasn't even joined your team. If you're looking at, or if you're thinking right now in the back of your head, you know, who could it be on my team? They may not even have joined yet. So be in prayer of who God is going to either bring to your team, or look up to your upline, someone that you look up to that you think God might be leading you to. All right, what do you do once you have your partner? So I would say, number one, pray for each other daily and talk to each other daily. I really don't think that a day goes by that I don't talk to Jamie. I pretty much talk to her every day, not necessarily on the phone, but through Facebook, through private messaging or email or text. And it's funny because when we were teaching at the same school together before we started doing plexus, and we never really talked that much, not because we didn't like each other, just she taught high school, I taught elementary. I would leave before her and vice versa. Our kids aren't really the same age, so we didn't have the same teachers. For our personal kids, teachers weren't the same. And so I just didn't see her that much. And so we would see each other in the workroom and say hi, but we weren't really that good of friends. And now we talk to each other daily. So I love that about how plexus brings people together. All right, you're going to share your goals and your dreams with your power partner. It doesn't matter how crazy they are. If you want to live in a castle someday, if that's your dream, go for it. Share that with your power partner, because you're going to know that, number one, you've prayed about this person for God to bring the right person to you, and you're not going to be ashamed to share your dreams with them, just as you would maybe your husband or your wife, if there's any guys on the call. So share your goals and dreams with your power partner. And it helps to be about the same level and rank. Now, you could pick someone that's right above you or right below you. So an emerald could pick a senior ruby, or a ruby a senior ruby, things like that. But it helps if you guys are on the same level together and then start ranking up together. So I thought this slide was cute. It says, I get by with a little help from my friends. And since plexus, none of us are the bigger friend there. Anyway, let's move on. All right, power partners can be your upline, your downline, or your sideline. For those of you that don't know, sideline would be the person that's not necessarily on your team. So Laura and Melanie, actually all of you guys are my sideline because I'm not technically on your team. So I could pick Melanie or Laura or someone like that for my power partner. You could pick your downline. I wouldn't go probably lower than levels 1 or 2, just because of what I'm going to tell you later about how you work together. It's best to pick either your level 1, 2, or your direct upline, or again, your sideline. There's nothing wrong with picking a sideline as well. All right, if you choose your downline or upline, you two can open a big team page together. It's very, very nice to have an extra set of eyes on your page as your team grows. When Jamie and I started, we had our page together, and someone suggested that we should break apart because we were getting so big. And I truly regret that, because I think ideally what I would have liked to have done is kept our big page together. Celeste and Jen Hawkins have their team page together still, and it's huge, but they have it together and they work it together. And then they both have smaller pages for like their levels 1, 2, 3. So I've got my team page, Jamie has her team page, and then we both have our separate 1 through 3 pages. If I had it to do all over again, I would have kept my big team page with Jamie together and then just broken off and had a 1 through 3 page. Only because I feel like her people don't know me, and they're my team, but they don't know me, which I hate, because again, they're my team and I still want to pour into them. Even though Jamie is fully capable of pouring into her own people, it's nice for them to be able to come to you with, questions or things like that. Plus, as your team grows, obviously you're going to have some ambassadors that maybe get disgruntled and maybe post something on there that you don't necessarily want new ambassadors seeing. And so say I'm on a cruise. Going on a cruise is the only time I unplugged in the last 2 years of this business, but I completely unplugged. And then I had Jamie as an admin on my page to check in on it and make sure that nothing crazy went on while I was gone. So it's just nice to have 2 people working together on the page. All right. Next thing you can do together, if it's in your upline or downline, is do contests together. So Jamie and I always come together every month before the end of the month and say, what are we going to do this month? Are we going to do this type of contest? Are we going to do a newbie contest? And then we'll share together in the prizes. So say if we're going to do $100, then we'll each give 50. Or one month she'll say, well, I've got an extra bag of Slim, and I'm saying, oh, I got a Coach purse for $27 at the Big Dillard sale. I'll put my Coach purse in there. So we'll, combine together with our gifts or whatever, and we're able to do the contest together. It makes it so much better to kind of have a bigger prize, or to have first, second, and third place. I've found that my contest goes a little better whenever there's a little bit better chance of winning. So doing contests together is a lot of fun. Now, you can still do them together even if you don't have team pages together. Jamie and I will do them, and then we'll post them on each of our pages separately, but we still will draw from the together for the winner. Oh, and that's my last slide. So my last, I'm sure all of you have children or have nephews or nieces, and you have seen Toy Story, because I saw somewhere on Facebook that Toy Story is now 20 years old, which really makes me feel old. But on Toy Story, the very first original Toy Story, when they're worried about Andy moving, and he is there and he's giving them the speech about getting a moving buddy. So anytime when I was doing this, Power Partner, putting it together, I thought, that's just how we are. It's when he's saying, moving buddies, if you don't have one, get one. So I would say to you, Power Partners, if you don't have one, get one, because it will truly enhance your entire business and the way that you work, to have one person you're very close to just bounce things off. I have a jewel training coming up next week, not this week, but next week in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're going to fly together, travel together, stay together. It makes this business a lot more fun. I don't know if you guys are friends with Helen or Sonia Dudley on Facebook, but they're always in twinsies type things, and they are Power Partners, and they have worked this business together from day one. Now, Jamie and I are not dressing alike. I noticed I did not put that anywhere on the slideshow. You do not have to dress alike with your power partner, but it is cute and it does make some good plexus posts. But at any rate, that's pretty much my power partner spill. If you guys have any questions, I'll let Melanie unmute you and you can throw them at me.
Thank you so much. It was amazing. And I really agree. It's just nice to bounce ideas off of somebody and talk about where the team's headed. And yes, for sure. I love having, and I feel like I have a couple power partners in this business, you know? But I wanted to open up to questions to see, let's see, we've got a couple of newbies on tonight too, but does anybody have anything to add or have any questions for Kim tonight? One of my power partners is my mama. She was my first ambassador. She's on tonight.
Aw. My mom's an ambassador, but I can't get her to actually work.
Kim, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, this is Ricky.
Hey, Ricky.
Hey, Ricky.
Hey.
How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I do have a power partner. I love her dearly. She is not in my upline or my downline. We are sideline. We
Awesome.
are the same rank, and we do bounce things off each other. But it would be hard to run contests together. So what do you suggest?
So what I would do, and actually I do this with Laura as my sideline and Melanie as well at times, but so I'll ask Laura, I'll say, hey, this is the contest I'm doing. What do you think? And then she'll look at it and she'll say, ooh, I like that. Thanks for sharing. So then what I would do is just make your contest, or y'all could come up with the contest together, not necessarily sharing the cost of it, but just come up with it together, and then y'all can do it on your separate teams. So if you were going to do $100, just do 50, something like that. It just make it less, but then you would do yours on your team and she would do hers on her team.
Pretty much what we've been doing.
Then you got it together.
Perfect. You got it together. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sometimes when Melanie and I do contests, we would just split it, but then other times if she has something, then I'll put it on my page too, and I'll match it. Like if it's a $10 blitz, then I'll match it to make it really appealing to people. And when Laura did the Power Partners, I was with somebody on a completely different team. So it would be difficult to do a contest together, but still we could be accountable for each other.
Yes, absolutely.
And keep up with each other. So there's a lot of different ways to work it, but I think it really does help. And when you do share some of the bigger contests together, it makes it a little more enticing.
It does.
Well, and I think what my mom was talking about was like one of those challenges, where she would link you to a partner in the challenge is what she's talking about. That 6-week challenge.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. To kind of get to know other people in the business, which is always fun too.
Absolutely.
And then also, I just noticed Wendy Holsey, you're on, and they do their business together, her and her husband, which is a lot of fun too, which I love being able to do that with my husband. And I bounce ideas off of him too and get his opinion. Of course, he's the one that, he'll say okay or not on the contest as far as price, and, looking at the budget and all that good stuff. So it is fun to be able to do it with your family and, and also your husband and everybody else. What about you, Dr. Graham? Do you have anything to add? I know you're on tonight.
Hi, Kim.
Everybody's being so quiet.
I know.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything to add. This is food for thought. I know Melanie and I have done some things together, but now she's ranked up so high. I don't know what she's doing. We just need to touch base more, Melanie, I think.
A problem. Yeah, lately it's been crazy.
That's okay. So this is definitely something to pray about. To find somebody that is more of a similar rank that I can go up and down with. And not down, just go up with.
Up. Yeah.
Only up.
No, go down.
Completely.
But don't you think, Kim, it is almost better to try to have someone in your same rank, even if it's a sideline?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think that way you can kind of keep each other accountable. And,
yes.
And honestly, I like to, and I feel like mine's changed where sometimes I'm looking, I'm looking for somebody either at my level or a level above me to, see what they're doing, kind of learn from them. Like, okay, well, what was working, for you? And what have you been through? You know, that kind of thing. Cause you guys give some great advice being in the business longer. And, you know, so I love to obviously get a lot of wisdom from all of you that are either at my rank or higher, you know?
Yes. And it's so funny the way the business works, because I want to say 2 years ago at Super Saturday, I don't know who knows Sarah Taylor, but she lives in Springs. She's real cute, blonde. Anyway, she was, I believe, Ruby, and I was Emerald, and she was always asking me for ideas, and so we kind of worked together a little bit, and then she obviously just skyrocketed this last year up to Diamond now.
I know.
She's Diamond, and so now I'm asking her for help. Like, hey, so what did you do here? Give me some ideas.
Exactly.
So what I love about this business is definitely one plexus, and you can certainly have tons. I mean, I have tons of open chats with different people, with Sarah and with Laura, with Melanie, with all the jewels under Melissa, and then of course with my team. But you definitely want to seek out one person about your same rank to really, really just kind of latch on and rank up together. And
Yes.
when Jamie and I started, she started about a month after I did, and then she and I were always ranking up just a month apart from each other every rank.
Oh, that's neat.
It just worked out really nice.
Does anybody else have anything? Kay, what about you or Kayla? Everybody's being shy.
How are you estimating Sapphire this month, Kim?
Oh man, I'm praying. I ended at 2,800 and added a couple hundred in points, but you know, we'll see. Well, it depends on how many people quit. You never know.
You never know. Yeah, it's always that last minute push.
Yes, so we'll
Last 5
see.
days. We'll be praying for you, Kim, for sure.
Yeah, I'm praying.
Please, yes, I'm very hopeful. We'll see. It'll
I'm
be
praying.
Thank you.
Well, this has been very informative. I've loved every minute of it. I would like to say that with my sideline, she is so amazing. She and I not only will bounce things off of each other, but if we do a post and it's generating some interest, she'll tell me, and we'll copy and paste and
Good.
we run together, and we it's amazing. I'm very blessed. I would not have met her except through Plexus, and I'm very blessed.
Good. I
So
love
many
that.
amazing people through this business that you end up becoming, really true friends and good friends, and it's
Most
such a
definitely.
blessing. And that's one of the perks of this business for sure. It's been one of my favorite perks, really, is the friendships and just the support.
Amen.
I agree.
Like-minded individuals that want to help others. It's really you don't see that in many jobs out there.
Right.
I shared it and said,
Honey, I don't know if they can hear us or not.
Oh.
Just a minute.
no, you don't have a speaker.
Okay, we can hear you.
Oh, I don't?
Oh,
Yes,
I can
yes,
hear you.
speaker.
Hey, Kay, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Can y'all hear me?
We can. How are you tonight?
I just finished fussing at my husband. I said, honey, I don't know if they can hear us yet.
we can hear you.
No, I have a microphone.
Did you have any
Maybe
questions?
it's a good thing we stopped it before we started it, right?
That's right.
It could have gotten really personal,
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Oh.
Okay, Kay, do you have any questions or any comments?
I don't, but Kim, you were just so informative. I want to say thank you for your time this evening.
Aw, thank you.
Absolutely. We really appreciate you, Kim. That was very nice of you to give us your time and a lot of good wisdom in that PowerPoint for sure.
Thank you, guys. You're welcome. Thanks for asking.
All right. Well, if nobody else has anything to add, we'll go ahead and end this call tonight, and just private message us if you have any questions on anything, and go Plexus.
Bye, guys.
Good night, Plexus.
Good night.
Bye.